Hello everyone, welcome back to USA Coin Value channel. If you love old coins, rare errors, and hidden value, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing coin videos. Today, we're exploring 4 USA Lincoln 1 cent coins from 1993, 1994, 1995, and 1996. These pennies may look common, but some of them can be worth hundreds of dollars because of rare mint errors and special varieties. Watch till the end, because one small detail could change the value of an ordinary penny. Let's begin. First up, the 1993 Lincoln 1 cent is a common-looking American penny, but behind its simple appearance lies an interesting story of history, economics, and coin collecting. This coin belongs to the modern era of U.S. pennies, when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins every year to meet everyday circulation needs. The obverse of the 1993 penny features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Lincoln faces right, with the words, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," on the left, and the date, 1993, on the right. By this time, Lincoln's portrait had already become one of the most recognizable images in American currency. On the reverse, the coin shows the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959. Inside the memorial, the seated statue of Lincoln can be seen, making this design unique because it shows the same person on both sides of the coin. This reverse design was still in use in 1993 and remained familiar to millions of Americans. The 1993 Lincoln cent was minted at 2 major facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry a small D under the date. Both mints produced extremely high numbers, over 12 billion coins combined, making the 1993 penny very common in circulation even today. In terms of composition, the 1993 penny is made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This change was introduced in the early 1980s to reduce production costs. While effective, this composition makes the coin more sensitive to damage. When the copper layer wears off, the zinc core can corrode, which is why many 1993 pennies look dark or spotted. Most circulated 1993 pennies are worth only face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins with bright red color and strong shine are more attractive to collectors. High-grade examples can sell for more, especially when professionally graded. Mint errors are where the 1993 penny becomes more interesting. Some coins were struck off-center, clipped, or with visible die cracks. Off-center coins that still show the date are especially collectible and can be worth much more than 1 cent, depending on the size of the error. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions of the 1993 Lincoln cent. These proof coins have a mirror-like finish and were made only for collectors. A high-grade 1993 S-proof penny is valued for its beauty rather than rarity. In summary, the 1993 Lincoln 1 cent is not rare, but it is an important part of modern U.S. coin history. It represents mass production, cost-saving changes, and the excitement of finding errors in everyday coins. For collectors and beginners alike, the 1993 penny proves that even the most common coins can still tell an interesting story. Next coin, the 1994 Lincoln 1 cent is another widely circulated American penny, but it carries its own interesting story. Like other modern pennies, it combines the familiar Lincoln portrait with subtle details that collectors look for when grading or hunting for errors. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's right-facing profile dominates the design. The words, "In God We Trust," appear across the top, "Liberty," on the left, and the year, 1994, on the right. This portrait has been in use since 1909 and remains one of the most iconic images in U.S. coinage. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, with Lincoln seated inside its columns. Designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959, this reverse shows both artistic detail and historical symbolism. By 1994, this design was familiar to generations of Americans and is still easily recognized today. The 1994 penny was minted at Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. Combined production for both mints exceeded 13 billion coins, making it a very common coin in circulation. Despite its abundance, collectors still pay attention to the condition, color, and potential mint errors. The coin is composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. While cost-effective, this makes the coin more prone to wear and corrosion. Many circulated examples show dark spots or copper peeling due to exposure and age. Uncirculated coins with full red color and original luster are most prized by collectors. Mint errors from 1994 include off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, and die cracks. While minor errors are common, coins with significant off-center strikes or dramatic die cracks can attract collector interest and sell for higher prices. San Francisco also produced 1994 S-proof Lincoln cents. These coins are struck on polished planchettes with a mirror-like finish and were intended solely for collectors. Proof coins from 1994 are valued for their appearance and condition rather than rarity, with high-grade examples being particularly attractive. Historically, the 1994 Lincoln cent reflects the practical approach of the U.S. Mint in the 1990s, focusing on cost-efficient production while maintaining a consistent design. Though billions were made, each coin carries the story of modern minting, zinc composition, and the continued legacy of Abraham Lincoln on U.S. coinage. In summary, the 1994 Lincoln 1 cent may not be rare, but it is an essential coin for collectors completing date sets, practicing grading, or hunting for minor errors. It shows how even everyday pennies can hold historical significance and collectible interest. Next coin, the 1995 Lincoln 1 cent is one of the most famous modern pennies, mainly because it includes the legendary double die obverse DDO variety. While billions of 1995 pennies were minted and most are common, this small group of error coins has made the year famous among collectors worldwide. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's right-facing portrait, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1995, to the right. On standard coins, these features look normal, but on true DDO examples, the letters and date appear thickened and clearly doubled, creating a dramatic visual effect. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with Lincoln seated inside its columns. This iconic reverse has been used since 1959 and remains instantly recognizable to collectors and the public alike. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at Philadelphia No Mint Mark Denver D and San Francisco S proof coins. Combined, circulation coins numbered over 12 billion, making the standard 1995 penny extremely common. Yet, the double die obverse is rare and highly sought after, with high-grade examples fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The coin is made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. While this keeps production costs low, it also makes the coin more vulnerable to corrosion if the copper layer is damaged. Most circulated 1995 pennies appear worn, but uncirculated coins with full red color are especially valued. Mint errors are what set the 1995 penny apart. Beyond the famous DDO, there are minor off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchettes. However, the DDO is the star, as its strong, eye-catching doubling is easily visible without magnification, unlike typical machine doubling found on other years. San Francisco proof coins 1995S were struck with mirror-like fields and frosted design elements. While these coins are collected mainly for their beauty, they are separate from the DDO errors and typically appear only in proof sets. Historically, the 1995 Lincoln cent reflects a time when collectors began paying closer attention to minor mint errors. The discovery of the DDO sparked widespread interest and helped popularize modern error coin collecting. It demonstrated that even an ordinary penny could become extraordinarily valuable. In summary, the 1995 Lincoln 1 cent is both common and legendary. While most coins are worth only 1 cent, the double die obverse makes this year a must-have for collectors. It represents the excitement of error hunting, the artistry of coin design, and the continuing legacy of Abraham Lincoln on U.S. coinage. Final coin, the 1996 Lincoln 1 cent closes our 4-year series of modern pennies. While not as famous as the 1995 double die obverse, the 1996 penny is an important coin for collectors completing date and mint sets, and for understanding modern U.S. coinage. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's right-facing portrait dominates the design, with the words, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," on the left, and the date, 1996, on the right. This classic portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, had already been in use for nearly 90 years, making it one of the most enduring images in American coinage. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro in 1959. Lincoln's seated statue is visible inside the memorial, symbolizing national unity and historical remembrance. By 1996, this design was familiar to generations of Americans, appearing on billions of pennies used in everyday transactions. The 1996 penny was minted at Philadelphia No Mint Mark Denver D and San Francisco S proof coins. Combined production for Philadelphia and Denver coins exceeded 12.6 billion, making circulation examples extremely common. Despite this, collectors still pay close attention to condition, color, and potential mint errors. The composition is standard for post-1982 pennies, 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. While this reduced production costs, it also makes the coin more vulnerable to wear and corrosion. Many circulated examples appear dark, spotted, or discolored. High-grade, uncirculated coins with original red color are most prized by collectors. Mint errors on 1996 pennies include minor off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, and die cracks. While none are as famous as the 1995 DDO, dramatic examples can still attract collector interest and sell for higher prices. San Francisco proof coins 1996S were struck with polished planchettes and mirror-like finishes. These coins were intended for collectors and showcase the full artistry of the Lincoln cent design. Historically, the 1996 penny represents the practical, efficiency-driven approach of the U.S. Mint during the 1990s. While artistic redesign was not a priority, the consistent Lincoln portrait and memorial reverse provided continuity and familiarity for the public. In summary, the 1996 Lincoln 1 cent may be common, but it plays a key role in modern coin collecting. It completes date and mint sets, offers opportunities for error hunting, and represents the continued legacy of Abraham Lincoln on U.S. coinage. Even the most ordinary pennies can tell a meaningful story about history, design, and collectors' passion.